Jesus' teachings were radical. Each parable or teaching highlights what God cares about and what He doesn't. His teachings were radical because they focused on the conversion of the heart rather than external actions or behaviors. By helping people rearrange their priorities and refocus their choices, Jesus radically transformed people. In today's gospel, the disciples of John the Baptist and the Pharisees who fast ask Jesus why his disciples do not fast. He says his disciples can rejoice because he is with them. In other words, Jesus puts things in proper perspective. Today's readings focus on fasting. For the Jews, fasting is one of the cornerstones of their spirituality. According to the book of Tobit, prayer is good when accompanied by fasting, almsgiving, and justice. If separated from prayer and justice, as well as if not directed to conversion, fasting is meaningless. As we are at the very beginning of the Lent, we should be prayerfully calling us to follow. Maybe each of us should set up a personal spiritual program for this Lent, describing how we will carry out in concrete steps our fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. Well, this is not meant to be overly legalistic, as if there were some value in checking off items from a list of self-imposed requirements. What is important is that we do not simply drift into Lent with no plans. Lent is a special season of grace and renewal, and we want to enter into it with our hearts well prepared. During this Lent, Jesus wants us to open our eyes to the fact that true fasting is much more than just our willing abstention from food. We have to pay attention to both interior and exterior aspects of fasting. Exteriorly, we may abstain from eating a certain food or do acts of charity. Interiorly, we examine our natural tendency to satisfy our own needs and desires. Interior aspects of fasting help us increase our inner thirst for God and focus on both the will of God and the needs of others. Sisters and brothers, during this Lent, let us feast on God's merciful love and His presence in our lives. May our fasting, prayer, and almsgiving reveal our inner hunger for God. May God bless us all to experience a grace-filled Lent.